From Albany to Zuma, across America there exists a special place. Be it city, village, borough, or burg, every community has its own Main Street. A collected conclave of individually or family-run stores whose primary purpose is to serve the community they support. In some communities, the line of Main Street is replaced by the cube of the square, the town square. While the geometric shape may differ, the purpose of the place is the same, to serve the community. I mean, at these stores, the owners know who you are, where you're from. They actually care about where you're going. Sadly, for many of these stores, the realities are also the same. The sacrifice, the service, the battle against the leviathan of corporate convenience devouring the countryside all affect the course of the struggle to see the light of the next day. While the central stores of such areas might have the surest footing, if such footing exists, what happens if one examines the stores located on the periphery? For example, take West Oak Street, a spur off the central square in Denton, Texas. I took a day to just watch the life of these stores, bound only by their location off the square. Denton Square Donuts, Creative Arts Studio, and Banter Bistro. What is the past of these places? What is their present? What do they hope? Might the purposes, hopes, and persistent aspirations of these stores reflect the purposes, hopes, and dreams of their city? It can only be seen.
My name is Brad Strauss. I'm one of the 5 owners of Denton Square Donuts, myself and my family. We've owned the shop since May 1st of 2012.
And why did you decide to go into donut making?
Actually, my daughter did. She used to study here between classes and really enjoyed the place. And one day she noticed on Facebook that it was up for sale.
And so when I saw it was for sale, I was like, no way! And I called my mom and I was like, hey, Denton Square Donuts is for sale. And she was like, her train of thought was, oh no, that shop's gonna go down and I don't want it to. And I was like, let's do this. and I emailed them and I told them, I was like, hey, me and my brothers wanna buy this. And I actually had to talk to my brothers when I told them. And so my brothers came home and I told them, I was like, hey, so do y'all want to buy Denton Square Donuts with me? And they told me to shut up because they thought I was lying to them or being stupid. It happened in like the span of a week, the whole transition, and it was also during finals. So it was.
But then on the flip side, like today, I get to come in and work with my daughter for a couple hours, work with the boys frequently, my wife. So there are times where we get to just hang out together too, and that part's pretty neat.
I think probably because we all know each other so well, we don't have boundaries. You know, if that makes sense. But it really is, it's a lot of fun working with them. Sometimes, you know, we have our little issues. It's funny though. And I burn them. That's what they look like when you burn them. These are not burned though.
$10.28, right?
Since it's starting to become a place where everyone wants to go, we get to meet so many cool and neat people. Ooh, this is full.
say. So, thank you.
This is my second time today. I've always liked just kind of like the unique independent businesses that do things their own weird way. And Denton Square Donuts definitely has their own unique twist on how they do things.
Yeah, I come here every time I'm in town. I'm actually a student at Southwestern University right now. Yay, donuts. Thank you. I really like the Samoan one, and then the bacon maple I can't resist either, so.
These are really warm, so they're super fresh. Sure. Just so y'all know. Oh, the good things and the bad things. Gosh. I would say, since we're like right off the square, and that's one of the things that this street's working on, is trying to get people to not just circle around that actual square around the courthouse, and we're trying to get them to come down here. And so I would say that since we're just like right off of it, we miss so much foot traffic. Excuse me. Me and my parents, we still have other jobs. But that's okay. We're getting so close to making a profit. It'll be worth it. It'll all be worth it one day, hopefully. I think it will be though.
I've always loved art. I've always done art. I started out doing stained glass, but now I really enjoy painting and doing all different kinds of mixed media and clay, and I like to dabble in everything. I used to be a teacher, a science teacher. I taught science here in Denton and worked for the school district, and then I was a diagnostician, and I decided to retire and do something different just because I have always loved the arts. When I came here and saw this building for rent, I thought maybe I should rent it and do something with it. So I opened a gallery and art studio. We do classes here, we have openings here, we celebrate first Friday of every month, and we have musicians come in and play, and we have artists doing demonstrations, and just try to have fun with life. And that's what I want to do, is just have fun with life and art. I opened this gallery in 2009, and I think shortly after that is when the whole economy kind of crashed. And so to make a living doing your art is hard, but to make your living doing art in a bad economy is even more difficult. The thing that is helpful is that the square has seemed to gotten a revitalization.
Instead of, yeah, you're right, lugging your stuff around.
I have a friend who goes to a thrift store. The good thing about having a gallery is that you have an opportunity to help artists sell their work, because it's hard to live off of your art. People don't always know that I'm here because I'm not located on the square, I'm just off the square. And a lot of people who visit Denton, they stay on the direct square around the courthouse. But there's more and more businesses that are being established off the square. The thing I usually hear is that, oh, we didn't know you were here. Oh, this is such a cool place. Oh, I really like this block. 70 different artists that have their work in here. And so this gives them a venue to show their work, and people can purchase it. I've kind of stepped back from running the place and letting it kind of develop into what it's supposed to be. And that's hard to do because sometimes you want to maybe control certain aspects, and not that I don't have control on it, but this place is developing into what it wants to be. And I like being a service for the community, and I feel like it does that also.
And that, I think, surprised them a lot.
Basically, I've tried to get people to come into the store just by having a beautiful place. And I can tell you that most people, once they come in the store, they usually, if they don't say it right when they enter, but when they leave, it feels so good in here. Because I feel like all the art has energy, and it creates a really good energy here in the store. And it's just a good space. I love being here, and I think people are drawn to being here also.
Just the city working together and shops coming together and just trying to make the Denton Square a popular place to go. All walks of life, all types of art. This side of the square, people are leaving, and the other parts of the square have a little bit more activity than this side.
I'm Stephen Johnson, and Elle and Bob and I decided to acquire this bistro, Banter, a couple of years ago, because we enjoyed coming here, we enjoyed the music, really liked the food, but for me it's the music makes it. Oh, almost 2 years since we bought the place. I guess you could say that. I think it bought us, but I think of it as the employees' business, and I just work for them. That's how I like to look at it. I love the customers. We have students that come from TW and UNT. They come hang out during the day and study. They better be studying. Anyway, we have a lot of the folks in Denton that have been here for quite a while come. It usually depends on what music's playing on the nights we have music. Our customers?
I come to Banter because it's like a coffee shop without being a coffee shop. Actually, every time my friends ask, where do you want to go eat for lunch, I'll say Banter because of that Pete's Peak panini. It's seriously, it's good.
Very intelligent and very musically oriented. So many come here for the music. Many come here for the food because we have several vegan dishes, we have several vegetarian, so they like the food as well. We got coffee, really good coffee, espresso, whatever. Wine, we have a number of really good wines. And so our customers come here for, I think, just overall ambiance of Banter. It's a nice place to be during the day. A lot of students come. It's a nice place to be at night, especially on music nights, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And for me, it's the music. It's the music that makes it for me. Off the square. Well, for one thing, we're not square. We're very hip here at Banter, and really this part of Oak Street, west of the square. There's Robin Hutash in the Creative Art Studio. There's How Unique, which has some very cool stuff. There's the Lab Sports Bar, Sue's Alterations, Scraps, our local recycle, reuse shop. Denton Square Donuts, do not forget. They also are not square. Well, their donuts are square.
So how does one measure the success of these stores? A difficult question, but one point was made obvious. Despite the darkness of the night, the unique and shimmering light of a vibrant subculture burned furiously. Tonight, the city would sleep well as it excitedly prepared for the coming of the new day.